Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to Cara Belajar Online channel. My name is Elvia Kevanwati. I'm from grade 9C and my present number is 29. So, at this time, I want to explain to you about explanation text. But before we start our videos today, don't forget to subscribe Cara Belajar Online channel. Points: definition, general structure, language features, and example. Definition: an explanation text in English is a piece of writing that explains how or why something happens. It can also provide information on how to do something. Features of an explanation text: written in the present tense, uses formal language that stays on topic, uses headings and subheadings to make it easier to follow, includes pictures or diagrams with labels, includes a glossary for technical vocabulary, uses numbered points to explain something step by step, uses adverbials of time to sequence steps or phrases in the process. General structure: 1. Title, general statement, sequence of explanation, closing, and visual. Title identifies the topic to be explained, usually at the very top before the first paragraph. General statement, general explanation of the phenomenon to be explained, can be in the form of an introduction to the phenomenon or an explanation. Sequence of explanation, a clear order of paragraphs that describe how and why. Closing, concluding paragraphs that put all the information together. Visual, an image, picture, or diagram to support the text. Language features of explanation text. Simple present tense. Why should we use simple present tense? Because this text explains facts. Action verbs. Action verbs are verbs that describe actions that are taking place, for example, do, make, and create. Passive voice. Passive voice is used to emphasize the focus on the process or event that is taking place. Conjunctions. Conjunctions are connecting words, so conjunctions are used to connect sentences so that the text is coherent. For example, then, next, and finally. Technical terms. These technical terms refer to the technical terms related to the phenomena discussed in the text. Example: water cycle. Water is an essential part of life. The earth has a limited amount of water. The water keeps going around and around. That's why we call it a cycle. This cycle is made up of evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Evaporation is when the sun heats up water in rivers or lakes or the ocean and turns it into vapor or steam. The water vapor or steam leaves the river, lake, or ocean and goes into the air. Water vapor in the air gets cooled and changed back into liquid, forming clouds. This is called condensation. Precipitation happens when so much water has formed that the air cannot hold it any longer. The clouds become heavier, and as a result, water falls back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, sleet, or snow. When water falls back to the earth as precipitation, it may fall back in the ocean, lakes, or rivers, or it may end up on land. When it ends up on land, it will either soak into the earth and it's stored as groundwater that plains, or it may run over the soil and collect in the oceans, lakes, or rivers. After all this, the cycle starts again. Title: So the title of water cycle text is Water Cycle. This means that the text will explain how the water and solar cycles occur. General statement. General statement of water cycle text is the first paragraph, which is water is an essential part of life. The earth has a limited amount of water. That water keeps going around and around. That's why we call it a cycle. This cycle is made up of evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Sequence of explanation. Paragraph 2 until 5 is the sequence of explanation. Paragraph 2, which is evaporation, is when the sun heats up water in rivers or lakes or the ocean and turns it into vapor or steam. The water vapor or steam leaves the river, lake, or ocean and goes into the air. Paragraph 3. Water vapor in the air gets cold and changes back into liquid, forming clouds. This is called condensation. Paragraph 4. Precipitation happens when so much water has formed that the air cannot hold it any longer. The clouds become heavier, and as a result, water falls back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, sleet, or snow. Paragraph 5. When water falls back to earth as precipitation, it may fall back in the ocean, lakes, or rivers, or it may end up on land. When it ends up on land, it will either soak into the earth and it's stored as groundwater that plants, or it may run over the soil and collect in the oceans, lakes, or rivers. Closing. The last paragraph is the closing, which is, after all this, the cycle starts again. Visual. The image of water cycle is the visual. So that's all that I can explain about explanation text, and I hope it's useful for you all. And goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.